Hello! I'm finally back with an actual book for an inconsistent bookworm. Yeah, no more mangas for now. Well, actually, I'm about to do like a couple manga reviews here in a moment. So sorry. I've actually been meaning to do this for a while. In fact, I think I put a Facebook post, or I mentioned it as well in a video, that I finished the book, as you can see, Daughter Smoke and Bone, a while back. This was recommended to me by a friend of mine at work. She said, since she knows I like Game of Thrones, I like the first book. I just don't know if I'm going to have ever the time to be able to read the other ones. If I was able to do videos and working from home, editing, stuff like that, full time, sure shit, yeah. But until then, damn it. But yeah, she said, "Oh, you like that?" And I like young adult novels. She's like, "All right, go ahead and pick this up." And sure enough, I went ahead and found a copy of Dada, Smoke and Burn. And real quick to talk about the plot of the book, I'm going to try not to give away too much if I can help it. So, let you know, it's going to be one of my more positive reviews. Because y'all know my Battle Royale review was me spoiling the shit out of the book. And to be fair, I didn't like Battle Royale, so... Daughter of Smoke and Bone is about a young girl. Her name is Karu. Now, she has blue hair, and she's kind of weird and odd, and she has tattoos, and she also has particular tattoos on her hands. Hamases. What they are, they're eyeball hamases. And those who don't know about hamases. Now, she... describe her is she's artistic. She loves drawing, and she is very, very unique. She is very much a very good representation of the latest generation in their better qualities. She's still a little cocksure. That's kind of weird to describe a female that way, but it works. And she also happens to have a strange family. Her family is pretty much her father-in-law, since the person who's raised her is a gentleman named Brimstone, who turns out to be a chimera. And she also has a few other friends. Can't remember all their names, unfortunately. Mind you, it's been actually a little bit since I've read this one. And so, trying to, remember some of this is a little vague. Yeah, Brimstone, though, is actually probably the more important of them both. Simply because he is a wish maker in all essence. He makes teeth, or he uses stuff with teeth in all essence. He'll make necklaces and different things, and always Karu's been curious what the necklaces are for, and he's been coy about not telling her. And he's been a gruff father, to put it lightly. But he also makes wishes, and that's part of the reason why her hair is blue. Because it's actually naturally blue, like mine used to be. Well, natural, but I'm just saying how my hair was blue. Like, pretty much, hers is more described as a lighter blue. But it's like, from what I'm seeing, it's like, it probably would be, closer to what I was going for whenever it started bleeding a little bit. But yeah, she has been paid by Brimstone in wishes and all. Essence, these little things, and she keeps a necklace of them, which allows her to be able to do different things. And some wishes are more powerful than others, and then it turns out she ends up running into something she wasn't expecting, which was an angel. In fact, a number of angels. This particular angel is named Akiva, and he seems to be kind of surprised and entranced by her. And she as well is surprised by him, a little bit fighty towards him, but also interested in a weird way. Now, that is about the long and short that I'm going to explain about the book, because the rest of it, it would start to get into more spoilers, it would start to get into the actual bigger meat of the plot. And I will say that this book has a great first 3 quarters. Like, there is really good action, there is incredibly well done character bits, and also there's awesome usage of dialogue to help paint a good, beautiful picture. Now, the biggest problems in this first three quarters, I would maybe say, is maybe it's a little bereft of action, but even then, it's trying to build a story. And it builds up a very interesting story, and also something you're like, that sounds really, really cool. I want to learn more and more about this world. Like, why are the Chimerian angels end up fighting? Why are they against each other? What do they have? Why are they in this different realm? How is this realm exactly different from our realm? All these interesting things, and what makes Karoo so special. Now, most of those answers come about in the book. The big one, though, is what makes Karoo special. You learn in the last quarter. Now, mind you, though, I did just say that this is the first great three quarters. I said Karoo is figured out in the last quarter. It's not saying that it's bad. It's just so slow paced, because like the first bit of this book, like I would read just little bits of just then I want to read more and read more and read more. The last like maybe 60 or so pages, it talks about Karoo's backstory more, because she gets to learn more about it. It's so it seems like it just stops the plot, and that's, I think, a problem. This last little bit, pretty much exploring her backstory, I think would have been better explored in like little inserts throughout all the other chapters. It's just a bit of an issue of editing, I believe. Shuffling up where this would have went and how it would have been spaced out, I personally think it would have made the book flow a little bit better. Because that is this big fault. It's just that last bit of the book, it's a real hurdle to get through, because you're like, alright, and you feel yourself almost doing it. You're like, okay, I fucking get it. So, it's not that it's the worst thing ever. It's just that I have seen a better flow. With all that, though, being said, though, this is a good book. Those who are wanting to get maybe a teenager into reading more or anything, get them this. Hunger Games as well, I'll suggest. Hell, even Insurgent or Divergent. I haven't read the other two. I'm going to eventually read them. Divergent, it says, actually not a bad book. It's much better than its original one. It's got better writing. I was really thinking it was going to have. That's, those are actually pretty good choices. This one, I can tell it's leading into a series. Like, there's going to be a second book, and I know there's a second and a third book. I'm going to read the second book. I'll give everybody that little bit more. It's like, hey, the last bit isn't the greatest, and it slows down everything to a screeching halt. It's kind of like, just playing a really, really, really great, shooter. It's got great action. It's actually got a good story. All this. Then we're going to stop and we're going to have a talk about philosophical differences. We're going to talk about Nietzsche. And it's a little long-winded. It's not bad. Like I said, it's a bit of a letdown near the end. In fact, I was grooving with this book so well that I think that was the problem. It was like, just that ending just kind of sucked the wind out of me a little. I'm like, oh. But it's not enough to dissuade me from saying that this is a good book. This is a really good book. In fact, I almost think without some of the stuff that happened at the very, very end, you could leave it as a singular book if you really wanted to. Though I will give, I think her name is pronounced Lanny Taylor. I'll give her some credit. She's a damn fine writer. And I'm really interested in picking up more of her stuff after I finish this series. So, yes, pick up Daughter of Smoke and Bone. The ending is the best way I can put it, but it's such a great ride. You'll be fine with the fact that the last ride you ride is kind of mediocre. Just think about it. It's like if you went to Six Flags and the last thing you rode was like, I don't know, the mine car. So, hey, until then, I got more monks I'm going to talk about. In fact, one I'm probably going to piss some people off about, but it is what it is. So, I'll see y'all here probably in a couple minutes or so. So, bye-bye, everybody.